everybody, my name is Satria Winata. My department of Maviv is for IT 7, Listen 7, Reading Comperhension 7. Harassment, May 4, 1007, 98, August 2, 1080, 559, was an American education reformer and a member of the Massachusetts House of Representatives from 1080 to 7 to 1080 to 10. He served in the Massachusetts Senate from 1083 for 1083 in 1080 for 8. After serving as Secretary of the Missouri State Board of Education Science in Correction, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Mann was a brother-in-law to other Nathaniel Hartrell. F is warned his own lack of adequate schooling that inspired Harassment to work so hard to accomplish the important reforms in education that he advocated. While he was still a boy, his father and older brother died, and he became responsible for supporting his family. Like most of the children in his town, he attended school only 2 or 3 months a year. Later, with the help of several teachers, he was able to study law and become a member of the Massachusetts Bar, but he never forgot towards a stranger. While serving in the Massachusetts legislature, he signed an historic education bill that set up a state board of education. Without regret, he gave up his successful legal practice and political career to become the first secretary of the board. There he exerted an enormous influence during the critical period of Reconstruction that brought into existence the America-graded elementary school as a substitute for the older district school system. Under his leadership, the curriculum was restructured, the school year was increased to a minimum of 6 months, and mandatory school was extended to age 16. Other important reforms that came into existence under Mann guidance included the establishment of the Normal School for Teaching Training, Institute for In-Service Teacher Education, and Lyceum for Adult Education. He was also instrumental in improving salaries for teachers and creating school libraries. Main ideas about school reform were developed and distributed in the 12th annual report to the state of Massachusetts that he wrote during his tenure as Secretary of Education. Considered quite radical at the time, the Massachusetts reform served a model for the nation's education system. Mann was formally recognized as the father of public education. During his lifetime, Harassment worked tirelessly to extend education opportunities to agrarian families and the children of poor laborers. In one of his last speeches, he summed up his philosophy of education and life. Be smart today until you have won some victory for humanity. Surely, his own life was an example of that philosophy. So, someday, perhaps it was his own lack of adequate schooling that inspired Harassment to work so hard to accomplish the important reform in education that he advocated while serving in the Massachusetts legislature. he signed an historic education bill that set up a state board of education. Men's ideas about school reform were developed and distributed in the 12th annual report to the state of Massachusetts that he wrote during his tenure as Secretary of Education. During his lifetime, harassment worked tirelessly to extend education opportunities to agrarian families and the children of poor laborers. An idea, paragraph 1. Perhaps it was his own lack of adequate schooling that inspired harassment to work so hard to accomplish the important reform in education that he advocated. Paragraph 2. While serving in the Massachusetts legislature, he signed an historic education bill that set up a state board of education. Paragraph 3. Men's ideas about school reform were developed and distributed in the 12th annual report to the state of Massachusetts that he wrote during his tenure as Secretary of Education. Finish. Thank you for watching, guys. See you.